So, hi and welcome to Run Monks, the Zen mode for runners, a platform where we encapsulate, engage, and collaborate with thought leaders, runfluencers, and athletes from different walks of life and bring out engaging, thought provoking, and inspirational stories and best practices which will enable you to be the better version of you. Today, we'll be talking to a very inspiring personality, a person whom I actually share my birthday with, a person who actually sort of inspired me to, become a runner myself, an avid fitness advocate, an ultra marathoner, the winner of the La Ultra 55-kilometer run. Please join me in welcoming Yuvaraj Patil. IUV and welcome to Run Monks.
Hi, Coach. Thanks for the intro. I didn't realize that we share our same birthday.
We do, and like I said, you are one of my inspirations when it actually comes to picking up the sport of running. As you would know that back during our days with IBM is when I think you picked up running in a way, and I've actually sort of keenly followed your journey, and you have been really inspiring in egging me on to picking up the sport in a way. So thank you so much for that.
Most welcome.
So I think, like most of us, we'd be really interested in understanding what your background is all about and how did you actually pick up the sport. Were there any inspirations or any incidents or any triggers which actually sort of led you into picking up the sport?
Yeah, that's true. It was definitely an incident that led me into running. Actually, the tar running, the road running. So I was into fitness, I think, over a decade or more, and running had come natural to me, but it was more of a treadmill run. Then one fine day, like I said, we were in IBM, and IBM has a corporate relations.
Yeah.
I thought of giving it a shot, and I did not get qualified because the cutoff was 50 minutes for 10 kilometers, and I
Yeah.
didn't make it to the team. So that kind of ticked off, and that's when I gave road running more serious thought, I would say. And the next year I was qualified for the team, and the next year after that I was actually a part of the selection committee, and when I was
Wow.
selecting runners for the team.
Yeah.
And yeah, those two, I think that is one part that made me switch to road running from treadmill, and that's how the whole journey began.
Fantastic. Now, very inspiring journey to say the least, and wanted to sort of understand how has it been so far. I think you would have picked up the sport back in 2000, early 2000. It's 2020 right now, so it's been quite a long journey. So, how has the experience been so far? And talk about your achievements, any memories that you
Sure.
would want me to
So
talk
I
about.
think it was 2012 when all this thing happened, and 2013 I think was when I was the year when I did my first 10K run. It was TCS, and it was a corporate relay run. And yes, post that it was a bug that got onto me, and I included running as one of my serious fitness agenda.
Yeah.
And since then, definitely you could not just move from 10 kilometers to a half marathon or a marathon. So that needed good planning. And since I had a team, we had a good bunch of runners, and we started doing regular runs. I also kind of, had the owner of my gym to take up running and see how it goes. Since we didn't have a running group in our gym,
Hmm.
we also kind of came up with this running group, that's Run Machine of Sutra. And that's when and it was quite early, I would say. I don't think back in 2012 running was a it was this the way it is commercialized today.
Yeah.
uh, running wasn't the thing I would say then. So it took some time, and we started kind of conducting events after events to actually introduce people into running, because it's something that anybody and everybody can do any from wherever place they are, right?
Mm.
And it's easy. It just comes naturally. So when you're born, you tend to run, and it's a
Yeah.
natural process that you are into. And since then, yes, we have been, conducting events, conducting talks wherein we talk to people when they are keen on taking running as a sport or a passion. And yes, it's been a quite a good journey, I would say. And 8 years down the line, we did runs, and you could see the medals behind here.
Yeah.
Uh, we did win the DHL corporate relay. We were the runner-up, and then we happened to also hit the national, spot in the Puma Urban Stampede.
Hmm.
Second was a corporate relay, and then I was also awarded the fastest, guide runner. So I was a part of this team that's visually impaired guide runners team,
Wow.
and I was one of the fastest guide runners that would help the visually impaired cross the line on that particular day. So, and yeah, I would say, yeah, I was also given, I think, urban stampede happened, and 5 kilometers is what I won. I think I won a podium there as well.
Hmm.
And then going ahead, yes, when I did the short runs, I had to just ensure that I get out of my comfort zone and try something big. So I did that. I attended the first ever, I think, there was a 25-kilometer hurdle race that happened.
Hmm.
It was the Alpha League. So that took me around 4 hours to
Wow.
do a 25-kilometer run along with 125 obstacles.
Yeah.
So that was something new, and I had seriously bruised my leg because it was the first time that we attempted, and it was the first ever kind of run that happened in Bangalore.
Yeah.
And since then, I think we have these, league races going up, and and yes, and yeah, recently, maybe, yeah, 2019 was Ladakh Ultra. Again, like I said, just getting out of the comfort zone was my goal, and La Ultra happened. It happened in the course of time because it was the 10th edition of La Ultra, and the organizers had introduced the 55 kilometers,
Hmm.
race. So I thought that was something I can give it a shot, just to understand the conditions of Ladakh and how it goes from there. I did talk to people who have run Khardungla challenge to, because it's the same route, more or less.
Yeah.
With all that dump that I had, and a few of my runners from my team who had actually done Khardungla, that's how I attempted, Ladakh Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it did uh, take some time, of my fitness regime. The reason being, I was having an injury in my back, so I have the L5 S1, the L5 disc was bulging
Yeah.
out, and that's when I had to take a break for a year's time. And that actually, I would say, I did not lose a year, but I think I gained a lot of stuff over that period, which made me understand what I need to do if I do continue following my passion of running. So that was the biggest learning curve, I would say, that got me up and back into running. And since then, yeah, the journey has been good. So I have the bug of also traveling places to run. So I'm doing that right now.
Fantastic. Wow. What I actually picked up there was the you being a guide to the visually impaired runners. That's amazing. Fantastic. I haven't really heard about that before. Your Alpha League 25-kilometer obstacle run, which took you 4 hours. I was actually a part of that as well. And I remember, watching you, sort of win that. I'm not really sure if you won that, but you did actually participate and you actually conquered that in about 4 hours. Fantastic. But La Ultra, talking about that, right? I mean, 55-kilometer, going out there and winning that is, testing your grit, determination, and mindset. I do understand that you were actually running through a lot of altitude sickness as well. Maybe you could talk us through that, what really went on, and, how did you really prepare physically and mentally for such a grueling event?
Yes, I would say it was more of a mental game that I had to play because being in Bangalore, we did cover the mileage that we had to just to qualify for that particular run. So 55 kilometers, the distance was not a worry for us since we put up a lot of practice runs. The worry was definitely the altitude and temperature variations that
Yeah.
you come across. And cold is something that I cannot take definitely. And all these kind of created one package for me. That's what I call getting out of comfort zone again. So then when I had to make up my mind to go for such kind of runs, I definitely had to get in touch with people who have actually done such runs and getting a knowledge transfer from them on how to actually go about it, go for such runs, and how much of a practice in terms of mileage as well as altitude that I can do since we are here in Bangalore, right? So Nandi Hills is the only place where you can go and
Yeah.
run. So that was my
Mhm.
practice route at Nandi, and uh, you know, I would say when you are running, there is a threshold where your body will just give up, right? That's when the mind comes into picture, right? You have to keep talking to yourself and also ensure your mind and body both, it's a teamwork. You just
Yeah.
can't rely on one, right? Physically you may give up on your because you may be tired, but the capabilities that you may have, it's all the willpower that you have. That's when the mind comes into picture, right? So you have to make sure only also during your practice runs how much of a data you're gathering from your runs, right? On a given day, even a 5 kilometer run or a 10 kilometer run could be very difficult. So that is something that you learn over and over when you practice this run. So you have to be consistent in your practice runs and capture as much as from capture as much as what I would say the knowledge from yourself, right? So how are you performing on day one and how are you performing on day two and subsequent training sessions, right? So but then again, to apart from this, you also have your strength training, right? You just can't keep running and running and running.
Yeah.
You have to do justice to your body
Yeah.
so that it has a caliber to you should be standing on your feet for so many hours, right?
Yeah.
So that's all strength training that you have to put in, and I mainly focus on back and core because since I've gone through the injury, I my core and back is something that I always work upon to ensure, be it any run, be it a short run or long run, I ensure that core and back are a part of my workout. So yes, and yeah, other normal stuff of running, I would say taking care of your body, your meals, your sleep cycle,
Yeah.
uh, you know, things that you should avoid to eat when you're practicing. That's something normal that we do. So yes, yeah, and biggest boost would be it's always better to have someone, some partner or a team or a mentor to run along with you.
Yeah.
That not only adds to your motivation, but also you could learn from the person who's running with you. So yes, it's a complete ecosystem that you build around yourself that actually matters, and that actually pushes you to do that extra mile. So yeah,
Fantastic. Now comes my favorite part, a few rapid fire questions for you, and let's see, how you actually get through. So I'm going to ask you maybe about 5 to 6 questions, and if you could actually, give a one-worded answer, that would be great.
all right.
And you don't have to think that long. It has to be very impromptu. Yeah.
So,
So the first one, your favorite athlete or runner?
uh, any runner that I see on the road running next to me, I think is my favorite. I think one who motivates me to run. When I'm low, I see that guy running, I keep running.
You'll see me the next time and make sure you actually tag me as one of your favorite athletes. Then
Yeah, sure thing.
that'll be like a big honor for me, anyways. So, yeah. So your preferred brand of shoes?
I started with Karanji, then I shifted to Nike. I'm a Nike loyal now. Yeah, you could say Nike. Yeah.
I took a cue from you and bought the Nike Roadrunner, and I actually am loving that. So thank you so much for that. So preferred brand of attire on race day and practice runs. What do you prefer wearing?
Anything that's dry fit and that stands out in the crowd, because I don't want to wear those regular shirts that you get on
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
event day, but I want to
yeah.
wear something that makes me stand out.
So any preferred brand that you actually like?
No, since we have a group, we do customize our own
Mhm.
attire, or else we stick to any brand which is available out there. Yeah.
Run Machines or Sutra. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's the group. Yeah. So, preferred wearable and devices. Are you a devices person?
I would say yes, because that's how I kind of time my runs, and even during practices, we do see how much of a what's the pace that you're running, how much calories you burn. And I've been using TomTom for a long time. Yeah, I've stuck to it for past 8 years now.
Fantastic. I'm a TomTom person myself. Fantastic. So, I haven't heard you actually, or seen you rather, listening to any music. So, I don't think you're a music person, are you, while running?
I'm a big fan of music, just that I don't listen to it when I'm running. But post runs, yes, definitely. I listen to most of the trance, EDM,
Yeah.
any singles, pop. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Fantastic. Any nutritional supplements or hydration packs that you actually sort of prefer?
I would say when it comes to nutrition, I would say stick to your home food. Okay, definitely loads of carbs when you're running longer distances. Water, hydrate yourself. When you're peeing, please pee water and nothing else. And yes, I've also tried Fasten Up. That works well for me. I've tried that. And ORS for sure. When it's a hot sun, you definitely need to put in some electrolytes, pre-run and post-runs, and some recovery gels as well. I've done that, so that works quite well.
Okay, great, fantastic. You did pretty well in that segment. Now we'll actually go on and get in a few more suggestions and recommendations, maybe for novice runners or amateur runners, right? From a gear perspective, shoe perspective, and wearable perspective. So one by one, if you could actually give some recommendations, maybe from what gears they could actually choose, to fit in well and be comfortable while running.
Okay. So yeah, I've always been asked this question on the number of kind of shoe that you must be wearing, right? So I would say there are different kind of runners, right? So when you are running, it also depends the way you land your foot on the ground, right? And that's how technically, if you look at it, there are different shoes that will help you land naturally when you land on the road. But to begin, if you're just starting to run, I would say just stick to a normal running shoe. Do not spend much on the shoe. See how it goes. Do your runs, do your short runs, and then you slowly graduate to longer runs. And see, like I said, always say, talk to yourself, talk to your body, because if you don't respect your body and just go outright with it, then it may not result. It may not. There might be not good results that you get from all those runs, right? So stick to basic requirements when you start your running. If it's a passion or if it's part of your fitness journey, just stick to some basic shoes. I started with Kalinji. There was like maybe a 700 or 1,000 rupee shoe. I started with that, and then that's how when I learned more and more, and when I started graduating from shorter runs to long runs, I started reading on shoes and also talking to people who use different kind of shoes, and that's how today I think I'm using the Nike Free 5.0, as well as I have Nike Pegasus 36 and 37. So they come out well for me. So that's a journey also to to select the perfect shoe for your runs.
And from a nutrition, diet perspective, supplement perspective, anything, any best practices for newcomers?
Uh, like I said, just stick to your home cooked food. No hanky panky, no junk food, because that does not give you anything. So it's a simple general knowledge that that you always have, that what you should eat and what you should not. Don't overeat on your run days. If you personally ask me, I my breakfast is the breakfast that I eat is more than my dinner. So
Hmm.
it's kind of what I would say it's a pyramid kind of. I'm not sure what you call that, but yeah. My consumption reduces when the day ends, right?
So it's
So
an inverted pyramid in a way.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
So I have my breakfast. It's actually I start my having my breakfast from 7 a.m. till 11
Mm-hmm.
a.m. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the period, and then the lunch, and then the snacks in the
Mm-hmm.
evening, then the dinner. So the portion will reduce over the day's time. Yeah.
So, continuing with the rapid fire, 10 tips for runners, which will actually sort of inspire them to, to get out there and start running and maybe even improve the performance.
Yeah, definitely. Running keeps you healthy. That is very simple. Anybody can just get above the bed and start running. It comes to you naturally. If you have the passion of running, please be consistent. That is one thing that will help you achieve those goals, right? And then do make kind of plan for short goals, not a long term goals. Try for short term goals that will help you achieve those long term goals. Right? Get out of your comfort zone. That is the most important thing. It should not be a mundane practice that you go out, run, and come back. No, you should include variety of runs. Maybe a slow run or an aerobic run, then maybe a faster run, maybe a tempo run. Try to give those variations to your body because you got to wake up every muscle in your body that helps you run. Okay, hydrate yourself. That is very important. If you do not hydrate, do not have those 2 to 3 liters of water every day, it's gonna be difficult for you to run on a hot sunny day or any day for that matter if you're doing the long runs. Okay, and yes, you have to catch up on your sleep. That's very important. Your body needs rest, right?
Yep.
You have to ensure that you sleep well and get up in the morning fresh and start running. Uh, and yeah, if you think you need to take a break, please take a break. Get back, in a better way. Do not take the toll on your body. Body is a temple. Health
Yep.
is wealth, like everybody says. Uh, Time on feet. Concentrate time on feet. This is a concept I learned when I spoke to my mentor at Ladakh Ultra. He mentioned about time on feet to me. I felt it very interesting because time on feet is nothing but for how much long can you be on your feet, no matter what the distance is. It could be 5 kilometers, it could be 10 kilometers, or a marathon or ultra marathon. The amount of time you can be on your feet is what will help you in this endurance runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there is one, and you got to be patient. I think patience is the key, definitely the key to give you those results, right? You just everybody says Rome was not built in a day. Nothing was built in a day. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that. That's not
Yeah.
Rome. Every damn
Yeah.
thing was never built in a day. It
Yeah.
takes time, right? You got to be
Yeah.
there. You will be there. But just be consistent. I think I'm done with 10 things. Yeah.
Great, fantastic. Um, so maybe another important segment and very interesting one. So your five most important, or rather the fascinating races which you actually look forward to in a calendar year, or maybe future aspirations to maybe pick up some race that you always aspire to be a part of.
Yeah, sure. Of this, from the 8 years of running that I have had, I would definitely, if you want to go to a carnival, go to TCS, Bangalore
Yeah,
TCS 10K.
yeah,
That's a different kind of vibe you get there, and that would actually push you to take up running. It did to me. So Mumbai, yeah. If you wanna be motivated or have a joyful run, go to Mumbai. People out there support you like crazy, and they are there throughout the route. I
yeah,
think I told you this as well, but I'm
yeah,
not sure you
yeah,
did go to Mumbai. You must have experienced
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You want to have fun, go to Mumbai. There's a hell lot of motivation out there. Uh, Jungle trails, trail running. You could try Henur Bamboo Forest here, or I've tried the Masuri Jungle Trail run. That is one thing that you should try. It is a good run. Okay, you should do that. Uh, and what else? If you long runs, yeah, if you wanna do but not die doing, go to Kardungla or go to Ladakh.
Yeah.
It's a different ball game. It's way different than what you think my running can be. Yeah, you gotta be there.
So Ladakh certainly is on my radar as well. So I'm going to take some tips from you, of course. So yeah, we'll prep up for that. So your future running goals, UV. So what do you have in mind?
Yes, like I said, always kind of get out of the comfort zone is my kind of thing that goes on in my mind, and always keep exploring different places where I can go and run. So I think stadium run is something that I've not done so far. It's a 12-hour run that I'm looking forward to in Jan to 2021. Then I have for Ladakh definitely La Ultra. Like I said, I've done the 55, and then I would like to do the triple one, triple two, triple three, and triple five in the coming years. So triple one is the next goal that I have, and to qualify for that, I have to run the Garhwal run, that is 70 kilometers again.
Hmm.
So I have that in my schedule as well. And yes, I have to see if the international events open up. I get an opportunity to travel and do some runs there as well.
Fantastic. Now, your success mantra that you would want to maybe leave us with and inspire us. Any success mantra that you sort of follow?
You got to fail. You got to fail royally to succeed in whatever you're doing. Same
Yeah.
applies to running, right?
Yeah.
You will only fail when you try. Okay, if you do not try, if you do not get out of the comfort zone, you cannot taste success. I think that's the only thing I follow personally. If you do not fail, I don't think it will change you, and that's when success will can come in no time.
That's really hard hitting and so true. Amazing. Thank you so much, Joey, for your time today with Run Monks and sharing some great insights and best practices, which I'm sure will help many of us to pick up the sport of running and get into that Zen mode. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Kush. It was nice
Thank you.
talking to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.